The recent tide of bills in state after state that seeks to cancel any teacher who teaches about racism, who says things about America's history that are true and unfortunately politically incorrect for that, that's not going away anytime soon. Why do I know that? Because Donald Trump has now become personally invested in the critical race theory debate. He decided that Juneteenth would be a great day to publish an op-ed calling for effectively the banning of any discussion about racism in public schools. And note, he was in favor of Juneteenth becoming a national holiday when he was president. But now it's a great day to say things like this. For decades, the America-blaming left has been relentlessly pushing a vision of America that casts our history, culture, traditions, and founding documents in the most negative possible light. Yet in recent years, this deeply unnatural effort has progressed from telling children that their history is evil to telling Americans that they are evil. We have more. Let's just pause for 1 second to note that Donald Trump didn't come within a mile of writing one single word of this, but it does have his name attached to it. He definitely didn't write it.
I thought
it's coherent.
Yeah,
it's abhorrent, but coherent. Anyway, he goes on. In classrooms across the nation, students are being subjected to a new curriculum. Yeah, he uses the word curriculum. Definitely. Dude's always ready to whip out a curriculum. Anyway, designed to brainwash them with the ridiculous left-wing dogma known as critical race theory. Instead of helping young people discover that America is the greatest, most tolerant, and most generous nation in history, screw you, Scandinavia. It teaches them that America is systematically evil and that the hearts of our people are full of hatred and malice. Indoctrinating generations of children with these extreme ideas is not just immoral, it is a program for national suicide. Yet that is exactly what the Biden administration endorsed recently in a rule published in the Federal Register, aimed at inflicting a critical race theory inspired curriculum on American school children. This is what the Biden administration wants to teach America's children. That is not in any way true, but it is now fact. That is dogma for millions of Americans, conservative Americans, who see, oh, Trump is now involved in this conversation. And if you're a Republican politician, if you're running for some state office, you're in the legislature, how fast do you want to try to ban critical race theory so that Donald Trump will notice you?
Yeah, so I think that Republicans, of course, have dropped the dog whistle. Now it's a human whistle, we can all hear it. And so
they call that a whistle.
Yeah, I think so. That's not the word for it, I looked it up. This is just like, can you believe they're teaching about slavery and racism in America? We should go back to covering it up. And from the same exact people who told you we can't take down the Confederate monuments because it would be erasing history. So you're allowed to erase history if you talk about slavery being, evil, right? But you're not allowed to erase history if you're putting up a beautiful statue of a Confederate general and celebrating him in the middle of your town, okay? So you guys see the hypocrisy there. But what I found to be interesting in this is that they think that if you teach history, both the upsides and the downsides of any place, that means that you're calling everybody in that country evil, right? And that makes no sense at all. I know they're right wingers, the logic not required, right? But I want to ask, what is the alternative, right? Because look, honestly, every country does propaganda, and I get it. Right, like so, I grew up in Turkey until I was 8 years old, and I came here. And then I remember when we were doing Turkish American Day parades and stuff, we used to have this hilarious chant that I've told you guys about a couple of times. Turkey is the biggest. There's no other country that's even big. And I remember thinking, even as like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, like, I'm pretty sure America's pretty big. And I'm pretty sure we moved to America because it was pretty good, okay? So now, so I love America, and I say that unabashedly. Now, does that mean that's it? Everything America did is gold. Everything we did in the past, it's over. Congratulations, America, you're perfect. And you've always been perfect. I mean, come on, how absurd is that? Part of the reason I love America is we try to fix ourselves. In fact, it's in our founding document. In the Constitution, it says, you should amend this thing. You should do political revolutions. You don't pick up a musket like we did, okay? Or an AR-15, okay? Pick up, a convention, a constitutional convention, or it's actually not exactly constitutional convention to amend the Constitution, etc. Whatever process you have, a democratic process that we built into the Constitution, we gave you several different ways to amend it. That's how you do it to get to a more perfect union. And these guys are saying, no, let's not do that. Leave it alone, don't touch anything, don't fix it. Whatever you do, don't fix it. And by the way, go back and pretend that everything was hunky-dory for all of it. If you can't see that that's absurd, you're trying super hard not to see it.
And for me, it's a little bit different for me as the child of two immigrants. Oftentimes, and I know my child of immigrant people out there gonna hear me. Oftentimes, my mom would be like, Haitian people are the best. They're so pure of heart. Oh my God, if you go to a Haitian's house as a guest, they're gonna give you their bed. They're gonna make you breakfast. Haitian people are just so amazing. Then out the other side of her mouth, she's like, I can't stand Haitians. They so jealous. They always talking stuff behind your back. They the worst. I can't do it with Haitians. Why
100%.
can't we do this with America? And understanding that, yes, we have some great things and we have some BS as well. Why can't we do that? I don't understand. I think there's just something intrinsic to like feeling like a white person that you just gotta hold on to it. We're just perfect, we're just the best. And we've never done anything wrong ever. It's so ridiculous to me.
No, I know why. First of all, let's note for the record, that was hilarious. And 100% true. Same thing with Turkish immigrants, right? Oh, Turkey is the best. We are reconstituting the Ottoman Empire, just like Louis Gohmert said. Okay, we are going to win. We are the best, right? And then you say, hey, maybe we should ask fellow Turks in America for help. Oh, do not ask them. They are bums and losers. They will never help you. They will never help you, okay? Turks never help each other. They learn nothing, okay? But it's not because of that. The question is whether you're in power or not. And so when you're in power, you want to hold on to power. So in the Turkish government does the same thing as, and it's right wing, and it does the same thing as the right wing government in America, right? When I was gonna say when right wingers are in charge. Which is kind of perpetual here, but anyway, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, they say, oh, Turkey's the biggest, there's no other big, blah, 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 right? And so they don't do nuance either. So, but that's because they're in power. Whereas when you're an immigrant, you step out of power and you're a minority in a new country, then you could be more nuanced and go, oh, we have upsides, we have downsides, both of your home country and of your of your previous country. And by the way, today Josh Mandel, running for Senate as a Republican, said that Ilhan Omar shouldn't be supported. She should be deported. Ilhan Omar is, of course, a United States citizen. Of course, you cannot deport United States citizens because you would deport them back to the United States. And not only that, she's a United States congressperson. But to them, they think black, Muslim, not American. And it's deeply ironic because if you don't believe in equality and justice, which is in parts of our founding documents, and certainly that was the stated goal of our founding documents, well, then you don't believe in America.
Yeah.
And so Josh Mandel and Donald Trump in their actions are deeply un-American.
Yeah, Josh Mandel almost couldn't be more explicit that he values skin color over the Constitution. He'll say that he loves the Constitution. Apparently it doesn't count because she's a citizen, you can't deport her, except that she's black. So I guess you can. So which of those does he value? It's pretty clear.
Yeah, why are we even having a conversation about deporting her? Why don't we deport Josh Mandel? I mean, it's just they're both 100% American citizens, right? But if you said that, the right wing, I mean, where are you going to deport him? You can't deport him. He's an American because he's white. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.